pleasant good afternoon and welcome to News Live on Voice of Liberia from the nation capital Monrovia. This news is also live on Voice of Liberia 89.7 in Kakata Marangibi County and 90.7 in Bangapon County. It is also live via online radio at www.voiceofliberiaradio.com. I am Mafila Kamara presenting this edition of News Live on this radio. On our first development, President Joseph Boakai has welcomed the rulings of the Honorable Supreme Court of Liberia relative to recent nominations at some government institutions. According to the executive mansion release, President Boakai reaffirms his commitment to upholding the rule of law and will therefore honor the rulings of the High Court. It indicated that President Boakai believes that strict adherence to the rule of law is fundamental to strengthening institutions and building a vibrant democracy. The president pointed out that the rulings of the Supreme Court also set a significant benchmark for administrative actions and procedures leading thereto. That benchmark, President Boakai says, will have significant implications for all government agencies and the country as a whole. Ahead of the national elections final results, controversial Nima County Senator Prince Johnson has congratulated Yan Twayend for winning the by-election in Nima County. In a Facebook post made by Senator Johnson, he said the task ahead is significant, saying Nima County has elected Yan Twayend to join him as operational senator. The lone Nima County senator said he believes that with togetherness, he and Twayend will enhance Nima progress, while at the same time urge everyone to refrain from spreading chapel messages as they have the propensity to derail the progress of the county by diverting their focus. Senator Johnson, however, called on Nimadians to prioritize peace, love, and unity in Nima County and throughout the country. The issue of introducing state police into the country's security architecture has continued to divide opinions. In Nigeria, at the National Dialogue at State Policing held in Abuja, it was reported that while one side of the argument insists that the country's centralized police system is inadequate to contain the present level of insecurity in the country, the opposing group fears that governance could use it to hunt their opponents. Joining us is our Nigerian correspondent, Naomi Kobendat, with no details on this development.
Okay, so the supermarket is situated at the Chinese General Chambers of Commerce, which is along Umaru Musayara Road in Abuja here in Nigeria. It's acclaimed to be a destination for Chinese cuisines and, of course, very nice beverages. So when some pressmen visited the place to confirm the circulation of the discrimination, the authorities claimed that the Chinese had given an order that no Nigerians should enter the stores without giving them, of course, a reason why they said so. All right, one of the guards who didn't want his name tagged or also refused to tell us where he comes from said that the prospective shoppers who are not Chinese have been coming, but when they get to the gate, they are being turned away according to the management orders. Now, the officer also said that Nigerians were allowed to shop there throughout last year, but at the beginning of this year, the new policy was introduced that no Nigerian national is allowed to enter the stores, shop, or for anything at all, and no reason was given to them for the change of policy so far. Of course, Nigerians are jolly friendly people, and they're taking to their social media platforms complaining about discrimination by the Chinese in schools. The Chinese have their schools, which they said they don't allow Nigerians to school there, and their shops, and they even have police stations which are only functional by the Chinese people in Nigeria. So the Nigerians have really raised a lot of dust, calling on authorities to tell the Chinese to calm down and behave like they are in Nigeria and not in China.
A permanent and concerned citizen of Liberia, Smith Numbat, has predicted the loss of many lives by the excessive speed of Western clustered iron ore trucks operators if the government fails to institute measures. Operating as an iron ore mining concession, the Western clustered mining company has hundreds of heavy-duty trucks alongside earth-moving equipment to transport the iron ore to the free port of Monrovia through the Bomi-Monrovia corridor. The company and the Liberian government agreed to truck the minerals during the night hours, specifically beginning at 7 p.m. for the protection of lives and properties along the route. But speaking to the media recently in Monrovia, Mr. Nubat strongly opposed the agreed time as it is too early, thus proposing a new time which is either 11 p.m., 12 or 1 a.m., adding that the corridor is normally free for the trucks to move. He believes if the national government does not make a quick intervention, giving his recommendation an urgent consideration, there could be major casualties, including the damage of properties by those heavy-duty trucks.
The trucks from Western Cluster, if nothing is done, they're going to cause a major disaster or casualty within the Port River Belt to Freeport. I believe if they want to transport the iron ore by trucks, they can start moving, let's say by 11 p.m. to 12, 12, like 1 a.m. in the morning. By that time, the street is clear. Or you cannot look at people coming from work, parents are in keke, in car, breadwinners, they are going home, and then you are allowing those heavy trucks to be on excessive speed, moving among people. Know that those iron ore bring in revenues for the government, but at least there is some procedure they need to take to restrict those guys from causing major disaster. As early as 7 p.m. to 8 o'clock, when you are coming from work, those are all that go and do business to time and you are returning, you see those huge trucks running on heavy speed. And sometimes you will see the other one overtaking, like they are rushing to get something as a land that they do it, they pay them according to the trip that you made. So some are rushing to go back to make, more than 2-3 trips. And I got information that it was alleged that sometimes the driver, the bet, the camel, some will tell their friend I will be reaching in less than 30 minutes. Some people say I will reaching in 20 minutes or in an hour. And the last time they were coming out, I had to drive all of the road, almost enter into the ditch because they don't care. They don't care who is driving or who is along the road, whether pedestrian or car or motorcycle. And if nothing is done, if the national government don't put stop to it, you're going to hear, a major disaster. Even hear that sometimes they kill people along the street and then the truck go. But more people are not coming to the press or more people are not coming to the media to flag this issue. And I don't know what the government is doing. You taking iron ore trucks, iron ore that most often transported by train, railway, other country. Then you put iron ore in trucks where people are, selling, people are moving, populated district.
Meanwhile, Mr. Smith Nubat has installed the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Colonel Greg Comont, and his team for strictly regulating the small flow of traffic from Fartan to Tualat on the Bushot Island and urged the RMP to continue on such path.
The National Police, they are doing their best because when it comes to people currently, those people that are selling on the street, before then, I used to take before I go on the street, even to pass Douala with my car, I never used to use it. But now you can pass Douala freely, or the police have, make the market here to make way, that cars can pass, pedestrian can walk freely. They are not selling along the road. They are doing the best in that area. I believe that it should not only be, restricting only the market here. They should also restrict those cars, those trucks that are running excessively, trying to take the life of peaceful citizens. You also make up the government concern, also the national police. So once again, I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to the police director, Gregor Como, and his team. I believe that they are all, guys of experience and whatsoever thing that bring to their attention. I believe that they're going to take action on that. So once again, let them, try their best because very soon we will hear major disaster on that road.
The Gambian government has on Monday tabled 2 bills expected to pave way for the prosecution of crimes committed during the Yaya Chamat region. The bills are the Special Accountability Mechanism Bill and the Special Prosecutor's Office Bill. The 2 bills, according to the Justice Minister, are intended to provide frameworks and guiding principles for the investigation and prosecution of persons responsible for serious human rights violations, including former President Yaya Chamand, as recommended by the two commission, TRRC. Our correspondent from the Gambia, Amadou Kante, joins us with more details.
Some 6 months into the general elections in Ghana, the party in government, headed by the vice president currently, has not yet been able to identify who is going to partner into the 2024 elections. And for them, as experts in that area, they feel like the delay in doing so will have some consequences on the particular party, because they are likely not to be able to put things right before they get to the polls in December 2024. And so their major concern is that as a political party, and considering the fact that when you select someone, definitely there will be a lot of people who will be eyeing the same position. You will need some time to be able to mend the cracks and to put people together before you go into the election. If you delay and it is very close to election and you do so,
The Supreme Court of Liberia has ordered President Joseph Boakai to withdraw a nomination made to the Liberia National Lottery Authority, Governance Commission, National Identification Registry, and the Liberia Telecommunications Authority. The court in its ruling says President Boakai nominations were illegal and acted outside the law on 10 positions. At the same time, the Supreme Court has ruled that Professor Wilson Takpet appointment to the Environmental Protection Agency was done outside the law, thus trashing his quest for prohibition on his replacement. Meanwhile, the chairman of the board of the EPA, Mr. Rupert Marshall, has said that the court was precise in its rulings and now justifies his claims. The chairman of the Margibi County Legislative Caucus and representative of District No. 2 in Margibi County, Alfred K. Jones, has called on members of the Liberia Marketing Association across the 15 political subdivisions of Liberia to unite for the common good of the association. Representative Jones, speaking at the induction ceremony of the superintendent of the Margibi County branch of the association in Cotton Street, recently said if the association should excel, it means that its members will come together as a unit in driving their vision. Representative Jones would define division as a sign of failure and unity as a sign of success, indicated that once there is division in any organization, that organization is bound to fail. The Margibi County lawmaker reminded members of the LMA if they hold together, the see Oshkongo Association, hereby admonishing them to let go their better paths and focus on the agenda of the institution. The lawmaker also challenged members of the association in the county to give due courtesy to the new leadership and follow the rules and regulations that are set aside.
You have made your decision as members of the Liberia Marketing Association. This decision that you have made, you can only achieve those things that you want to achieve, provided when you now come together to unite for the common good of the association. Today we are here to observe the induction of one of our own. I guess when she's staying here to make her statement, she may say a lot of sentences. There will be too many paragraphs, but there will be a word or sentence that we will all gather from what she will be saying. It is incumbent upon each and every one here to rally around her vision to ensure that that vision is achieved. Because if that vision is achieved, it's not only for her leadership, but it will be for the association. So we want to call on the Liberia Marketing Association. We can do it together. Let me inform you that division is a sign of failure. Whenever there is division in any organization, that organization bound to fail. Unity is a sign of success. I want to call on the Liberia Marketing Association, all over the 15 political divisions of our country, if we must excel and we must achieve the statement of the president that it should not be business as usual, it means that we got to come together as a unit in driving our vision. If we have better path before, let bygone be bygone, and let us forge the agenda of the marketing association. These people that will be inducted into office did not make themselves. You made them. Do not dress the devil and disgrace the devil. When you go out there at Liberia Marketing Association, if your leaders say do not sell yet, please follow the rules and regulations set aside. But if they say don't sell yet and you sow there, it means that you are dressed the devil and you disgracing the devil. So let us forget that party issue within the association and drive the agenda of the association. And we must succeed. It means that we must hold together. When we hold together, we see a stronger Liberia Marketing Association. And don't get it mixed up. It could start from Margibi County.
On the other hand, Representative Jones has challenged the Esther Kaswat leadership to play a meaningful role that will bring the LMA, particularly the Margibi County chapter, together so that other counties can copy it from Margibi.
We want to challenge the leadership to play that leadership role in ensuring that they bring the Liberia Marketing Association, particularly the Margibi chapter, together so that other counties can copy from Margibi County. With that being said, we say in union strong, success is sure.
He further assured them that the LMA will be referenced in terms of decision-making, whenever there is funding in the county. Representative Jones stated that his leadership will ensure that the participation of every sector of the county is inclusive in the decision-making process of Margibi County.
Let me assure you, especially the Liberia Marketing Association Margibi chapter, we want to say from the angle of the caucus, it will not be business as usual. Rest assured that when we have fundings in this county, the Liberia Marketing Association will be on the table in terms of the decision making. It will not be business as usual. We will ensure that the participation of every sector of our county is inclusive in the decision process of this county. But how can we do it? We can do it when we are united.
If you are just joining us, be reminded that you are listening to News Live on Voice of Liberia from the nation capital, Monrovia. This news is live on Voice of Liberia 89.7 in Kakata, Margibi County and 90.7 in Bangabon County. It is also live via online radio at www.voiceofliberiaradio.com. Still in the news, the President of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Boakai, has signed Executive Order Number 130 exempting the National Transit Authority from custom duty on fuels and lubricants. The President's decision comes in the wake of the financial and economic constraints the NTA is currently faced with, according to the Executive Marshal release issued on Wednesday. The National Transit Authority current financial and economic constraints have created a challenge that impedes the objective of affordable and reliable national transportation initiative in Liberia. The President in the release recounts that an exemption on custom duty payment on fuel, lubricants, and spare tires is paramount for the growth of the sector. It further indicated that the exemption of these items will enable the NTA to minimize costs of transportation, reduce the hardship, and adequately serve the general public. The release said the NTA seeks to remedy this situation, hereby requesting that an executive order be issued granting duty-free privileges for the exemptions from payment of custom duty on all fuel, lubricants, spare tires, and all other parts necessary for the smooth operation of the National Transit Authority vehicles and other machineries. Meanwhile, the release narrated that the executive order shall take effect immediately upon publication. The Supreme Court of Liberia has ordered President Joseph Boakai to withdraw nomination made to the Liberia National Lottery Authority, Governance Commission, National Identification Registry, and the Liberia Telecommunication Authority. The court in its ruling says President Joseph Boakai nominations were illegal and acted outside the law on 10 positions. At the same time, the Supreme Court has ruled that Professor Wilson Tapet's appointment to the Environmental Protection Agency was done outside the law, thus trashing his quest for prohibition on his replacement. Meanwhile, the chairman of the board of the EPA, Mr. Rupert Marshall, has said that the court was precise in its ruling and now justifies his claims. The People's Republic of China has donated solar panels to the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunication in Liberia. The donation of solar panels marks a significant milestone for the institution, and it will be installed at local post offices across the country and the central office to improve efficiency and sustainability in the postal service. During the handover ceremony, the Chinese ambassador to Liberia, Yan Changwood, reiterated his country's commitment to working with Liberia to foster more development and cooperation.
And other distinguished officials and media representatives, ladies and gentlemen, friends, good morning. Good morning. First, let me thank you for your introduction. And it's really a great pleasure and a great honor for me to attend today's handover ceremony for the donation of the solar power project for Central Office and 8 county post offices to the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications of the Republic of Liberia. On behalf of my government and my people, I would like to express my sincere congratulations to the Liberia government and people. The solar power project is an important achievement of practical cooperation between China and Liberia. The implementation of the project will provide a stable and reliable, clean and green power supply for Central Office as well as other 8 county post offices in Liberia, such as Onserrado, Kobe, Magibi, Bong, Limba, Granjin, etc., and improve local communication infrastructure conditions and help Liberia's economic and social development. Ladies and gentlemen, China and Liberia are good friends, good partners, and good brothers. Under the strong leadership and the strategic guidance of
In remarks, Post and Telecommunication Director General Paul Thomas expressed his gratitude to the people of China for their continued contribution to the government and people of Liberia.
On behalf of the Honorable Minister of Posts and Telecommunication, Honorable Siku M. Kumar, the senior staff and employees of the ministry, we wish to welcome His Excellency and his entourage at the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications. We wish to also welcome all other guests and the full estate to this unique program. Your Excellency and Honorable Minister, this project started in 2003 with the installation of solar panels at 7 rural post offices, namely Tokpambar, Kakata, Banga, Ganta, Samikuri, Sakepie, and Zweju. Solar panel was also installed at the Rhino Street Postal Annex in Monrovia and here at the central office in Monrovia. Today, we have electricity at these facilities, which is going to enhance postal digitalization to include remittancy, e-commerce, especially in rural Liberia. The installation of the solar panel at the central office is to provide light at night to curtail theft and break-in at the ministry. As we speak,
fresh dispute has re-emerged between Guinea and Sierra Leone over a place called Yangad. The presence of Guinean troops in the area claimed by Sierra Leone is causing unease among residents and prompting calls for a resolution at the International Court of Justice. Recent developments have seen Guinean authorities doing construction work amidst past engagements. How serious is this issue and what is so special about this Yangad? Our Sierra Leone's correspondent John Whitfield joins us to tell us more about this development.
Well, there have been a lot of stories behind his retirement, whether he was forced to retire or not. So one amongst the many stories has to do with his relationship with the Clerk of Parliament, and the Clerk of Parliament was involved into a corruption issue having to there is this dispute for a particular place called Yenga. And Yenga is a village in the Kisiteng Chiefdom, Kailaun district, which is in the eastern province of Sierra Leone. And this place has been largely inhabited by the Kizi people, and the Kizi people mostly are from Sierra Leone. So the dispute is about ownership. Who originally owns Yenga? Is Yenga being owned by the people of Sierra Leone, or is Yanga being owned by the people of Guinea? And this is also an international border site where both Guineans use as well as Sierra Leoneans. It has been a long-age dispute, and a fresh one has re-emerged. This is where the dispute is settled. But if you go to Yanga, you find out that majority of the settlement are the Kizi people who are from Sierra Leone. If you recall, immediately after the war ended in 2002, there are lots and lots of relocations that took place. And this area, since then to now, has been occupied by the Kizi people. But because the Guineans as well know that this is an international route, and they know that both Sierra Leoneans and Guineans use them, there has been a large dispute, and up till now, they are still battling for the originality. The government of Sierra Leone in 2012, under the then President Dr. Nesbai Koroma, signed a joint communique between Sierra Leone and Guinea, and the communique was for them to demilitarize, because one of the scary things about that place, Seko, is that the Guineans are in full force in terms of their military presence. Likewise, Sierra Leoneans, but more so of the Guineans. So this causes panic, especially for the Sierra Leoneans who reside there, being the Kizi people. And then because of this dispute, they have had disagreement. But despite this agreement, there was indeed a demilitarization. Couple of months later, they also saw the heavy presence of the Guinean military in that particular place, causing the Kizi people especially to be afraid because they cannot go about their normal business. When they go about their normal business, in some particular days and areas, they have been threatened by the presence of the Guineans.
This is how we come to the end of news live on the Voice of Liberia from the nation capital, Monrovia. This news was live on 89.7 in Kakata-Mwangibi County and 90.7 in Bangabon County. It was also live via online radio at www.voiceofliberiaradio.com. Many thanks to you for watching and listening to this edition of News Live on this radio. My name is Mafida Kamara. Thanks for listening. Good afternoon.